What's going on, beautiful people? So today I got a reading from the book of Matthew, right? And so that's Matthew 6:16. And it says, Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. And this is super important because the first part of this, it says when you fast. So this is not giving us the option to fast, right? We need to fast. I know some people do it, like with intermittent fasting, and there's a bunch of, different types of fasting that people do now, just to satisfy, like their hearts of the world and things like that. But as Christians, we are called to fast. We're called to pray. And so when he says when you fast, right, he doesn't give an option, right? That's a commandment. So when you fast, meaning that we need to fast. And think about, all the people, right, that did fast, right? Jesus being the main one. And of course, during your fast, you still might be tempted, right? That's something that I've experienced before. But fasting is just like the dying of our flesh, the killing to our flesh, saying, hey, you're not going to have any food. Right now, some people, they do the internet, or maybe they won't have meat, or maybe they won't go on Facebook or whatever. But a lot of the Old Testament fasting meant abstaining from food. And some of us might be in a place where we're going through things, spiritually. Maybe it's depression, anxiety, maybe it's some sort of physical ailment or illness. And a lot of those times, it's called for, like, he calls for fasting and prayer. And just, if you look at any of the videos, right, about what fasting actually does to the body and, like how it heals our body, it seems like something that we should be doing anyway, but, all in the name of God, right? And so, and I've done this, plenty of times by now, but, you know, whatever, like whatever you have to do, make sure that, you're following his commandments. And, fasting is one of those. Guys, I thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys later.